Hello everyone, myself Manju Sharma from Suresh Ganviar University, Jagatpura, Jaipur, and the department is the School of Agriculture. So today we are going to talk about phenomenon of infection or infection process. It is the third link in the infection chain after survival and dispersal of inoculum. Infection process means establishment of pathogen in the host plant. So there are three important questions like what is establishment, what is the inoculum, and what is the inoculum potential. So first is what is establishment, entry and colonization of pathogen in the host tissues. Then, secondly, what is the inoculum? It is the infective propagules that comes in contact with the host. And third, what is inoculum potential? It is the inoculum needed for successful infection. It is a function of inoculum density and their capacity. Infection is defined by Diamond and Horsfall in 1960, like action of environment, the vigor of pathogen to establish an infection, susceptibility of the host, and amount of inoculum present. Then, secondly, is the Garrett in 1960 energy of growth of a parasite available for infection of a host at the surface of the host organ to be infected. Then, secondly, is types of pathogen. So, there are specialized pathogen or non specialized pathogen. Specialized pathogen, that means rust and powdery mildew. Very few, like only one spore is enough for successful infection because the particular spores those have much potential to inoculate or to cause the infection. Secondly, non-specialized pathogens, that is Phythium or Phytophthora, Rhizoctonia and Sclerotium. Basically, it's require high density of inoculum for successful infection. The success of process of infection which depends on host factor, pathogen factor or environmental factors. Host factors, susceptibility of host, it is genetically controlled by DNA and it is an inheritable character which is transmitted from parents to offsprings. So the disease proneness of the host, that is, it is decided by the external factors such as host nutrition. More nitrogen application makes the host more susceptible, and more potash application leads to less susceptibility. Pathogen factors. Basically, pathogen factors are three types like virulence, then inoculum potential, and environmental factors. Virulence or aggressiveness of the pathogen. It is determined by genetic material which is inheritable, then high multiplication rate of the pathogen, chance, chances of infection increase with high rate of multiplication, high birth rate and low death rate is highly essential for successful infection. So, basically, the proper inoculum potential in case of specialized pathogens, very few or even one spore is capable of causing the infection successfully, whereas non specialized pathogen require high density of inoculum on the surface of susceptible host for successful infection. Then third is environmental factors. Environmental conditions such as temperature, relative humidity, moisture, etc. are very important for survival, dissemination and infection process. So process of infection can be grouped into three stages like pre-penetration, penetration and post penetration. So first is pre penetration. Depending upon the pathogen activity, classified into two categories like activity invaders and active invaders or passive invader. Pre-penetration, which depending upon the pathogen activity, classified into two categories, active invaders and passive invaders. Active invaders, that means a pathogen which make an aggressive effort to gain entry into intact host cells, and the passive invaders like no aggressive efforts. Active invaders, they do not require help of any external agency to gain entry into host cell, and the passive invaders are like require help of external agencies like insect vectors, require help of external agencies like insect vector or wound which caused by agricultural implements. The active invaders example phytopathogenic fungi or phyndrogamic parasites, and the passive invaders like plant viruses or phytopathogenic bacteria. So second thing is the penetration. Pathogens penetrate plant surface by direct penetration or indirectly through wounds or natural openings. Bacteria enter plants mostly through wounds and less frequently through natural openings. Then the viruses, viroids, molecules, fastidious bacteria enter through wounds made by vectors. Fungi, nematode, and parasitic higher plants enter through direct penetration and less frequently through natural openings and wounds. So there are different types of penetration. Like types of penetration in which indirect penetration like by wounds or through the natural openings, that means stomata, lenticles and hydrathodes. The direct penetration, like breakdown of physical barriers, breakdown of chemical barriers, then uh, through the non-cutinized surfaces and through cutinized surfaces. So types of penetration, in which first is indirect penetration or through the wound and lenticles and through the hydra throats. So first is lenticles, like one of many raised pores in the stem of a woody plant that allows gas exchange between the atmosphere and the internal tissues. Hydrothores, a modified pore, especially on a leaf which exudes drops of water, then direct penetration, like plants are provided with different mechanism of defense. Thus, pathogen should be able to overcome these defenses, like breakdown of physical barriers, breakdown of chemical barriers, then non-cutinized surfaces and cutinized surface. Then third thing is post penetration, invasion and colonization. Infection is the process by which pathogen establish contact with the susceptible cells or tissue of the host and derive nutrients from them. So a parasitic relationship is formed between host cytoplasm and parasite cytoplasm. So during the infection, pathogens grow and multiply within the plant tissues. Invasion of plant tissues by the pathogen and growth and reproduction of the pathogen. That means colonization are two concurrent stages of disease development. Finally, exit of the pathogen. So after invasion and colonization of the host, the pathogens comes out of the host to maintain the continuity of the infection chain or disease cycle and escape the death due to overcrowding. Once the pathogen exit from the host, they survive and so to maintain the continuity of the infection chain or disease cycle and escape the death due to the overcrowding, once the pathogen exit from the host, they survive and are disseminated to other hosts and continues the infection cycle. After that, pathogenesis, in which role of enzymes, toxins, growth regulators and polysaccharides. So first of all, role of enzymes. Main components of cell wall are pectic substances, cellulose, hemicellulose, lignin, and a small quantity of protein. Composition of the cell wall divided into three regions: middle lamella, which is made of pectins; intercellular cement, which binds the cells together; primary wall like cellulose, pectic substance, etc., and secondary cell wall, that is the entirely cellulose. So the epidermis of plants is covered by cuticle, whose major chemical substances is cutin in addition to cuticular wax. So the epidermis of plants is covered by cuticle, whose major chemical substances is cutin in addition to cuticular wax. So the primary wall is made up of cellulose and pectic substances, and secondary cell wall is the entirely cellulose. Cuticular wax. Cuticular waxes are made up of long chain molecules of paraffin, hydrocarbons, alcohols, ketones. Cuticular waxes are made up of long chain molecules of paraffin, hydrocarbons, alcohols, ketones, and acids. Most of the fungi and parasitic higher plants penetrate wax layer by means of mechanical force alone. Plant waxes are found as granular or rod-like projection or as a continuous layer outside within the cuticle. Wax formation is a continuous process and it is not a terminal phase in the development of leaf. Then the cutin, it is an insoluble polyester of unbranched derivatives of carbon 16 and carbon 18 hydroxy fatty acid. So cutin is admixed with waxes on upper side and with pectin and cellulose on the lower side. Then cutinase break cutin molecules and then release the monomers. Pectic substances, major component of middle lamella, intercellular cement that holds in place the cells of plant tissues. Pectic substances Pectic substances are of three types, namely pectic acid non-methylated unit, pectic acid methylated galactoronan units, and the pectin is less than 75% methylated units. Then the pectic degrading enzymes, pectinase or pectolytic enzymes, basically three types: pectin methyl esterase, also known as PMase, breaks ester bond and remove methyl group from pectin. Then the polygalactoronase, that is PZ, split the pectin chain by adding a molecule of water and breaks the linkage between two galactoronine units, and the pectic lyase split pectin chain by removing a molecule of water from the linkage. Cellulose. Cellulose is a polysaccharide made of chains of beta D glucopyranose units. Cellulose, a degrading enzyme, play a role in softening and degradation of soluble material and facilitate easily penetration and spread of pathogen in the host. Then hemicellulose. These are the major constituents of primary cell wall. Hemicellulase like degrades enzymes play a role in softening and degradation of cell wall material and facilitate, say, easy penetration and spread of pathogen in the host. Then the hemicellulose, like these are the major constituents of primary cell wall. Then hemicellulose, which degrades the enzymes. Hemicellulases degrades hemicellulose lipids. Various types of lipids occur in all plants. Then the amylase, starch degrading enzyme. Starch is the main reserve polysaccharide cycle. Then amylases like starch degrading enzymes, and the lignin. Lignin is found in the middle lamella as well as in the secondary cell wall of xylem vessels and the fibers that strengthen plants. Then toxins. Microbial metabolite directly toxic to the cells of the suspect, excreted endotoxin, or like released by lysed cell, that is endotoxin, basically excreted, then it will be called exotoxin, and released by the lysed cell, it is called endotoxin. Then the different from enzymes, so they do not attack structural integrity of host tissues, affect the metabolism of the host. So there are different types of different from enzymes, like they do not attack structural integrity of host tissues after the metabolism is start. So they do not attack structural integrity of the host tissue, affect the metabolism of the plant. Then how are they different? So toxics act as a protoplast of the cell and the enzymes act on structural integrity. Then the classification of toxins like Wheeler and Luque in 1963, There are two types, like according to the source of origin, three broad classes, namely pathotoxin, vivotoxin, or phytotoxin. Pathotoxin play a major role in disease production, produce all or most of the symptoms, characteristics of the disease in susceptible plants. Vivotoxin substances produced in the host plant due to host pathogen interaction. Causal role in disease is namely suspected. It's not established. So these are the products of parasites which induce few or none of the symptoms which caused by the living. So they are non-specific and there is no relationship between toxic production and pathogenicity of disease. So they are non-specific and there is no relationship between toxic production and pathogenicity of disease causing agent. Phytotoxin substances product in the infected host by the pathogen or host. So these substances functions in the production of the disease but is not itself the initial, that is the initiating agent of the disease. So classification based on specificity of toxins, like host specific and non-host specific. Host specific, like selectively toxic only to susceptible host of the, and the non-host specific, no host specificity, and can also affect the physiology of those plants that are normally not infected by the pathogen. Primary determinants of disease and the non-host specific, that is the secondary determinants of disease. Host specific, which produce all the essential symptoms of the disease, and the non-host specific, which produce few or none of the symptoms of the disease. For example, the host specific, that is the Victorin or T toxin, and the non-host specific, the example tentotoxin or tabatoxin or tab toxin. Now, effects of toxins on host tissues. So, changes in all permeability. Toxins kill plant cell by altering the permeability. So, there is altering the permeability of plasma membrane thus permitting loss of water and electrolytes and also unrestricted entry of substances. So basically, there is the permitting loss of water and electrolytes and also unrestricted entry of substances including toxin. Cellular transport system, especially H plus K plus exchange at the cell membrane is affected, like sodium potassium, sorry, H plus ions. So disruption of normal metabolic process, increase in respiration due to the distributed salt balance, malfunctioning of enzyme system, for example, disruption of normal metabolic process, disruption of normal metabolic process, increase in respiration due to distributed. So there is a malfunctioning of enzyme system. For example, pyrrolidine inhibits malfunctioning of enzyme system like pyrrolidine inhibits the polyphenol oxidase, uncoupling of oxidative phosphorylation. So, interfere with the growth regulator system of the host plant. Example, restricted development of roots introduced or induced by Fusarium moliniform. After that, growth regulators. So the growth regulators are of two types: growth promoting substances or growth inhibiting. So the growth promoting substances like auxins, gibberellin and cytokines, and the growth inhibiting substances in which dominant ethylene and abscisic acid. So the imbalance in growth promoting and growth inhibiting. So the imbalance in growth promoting and growth inhibiting substances cause hypertrophy, cause the hypertrophy, excessive increase in cell size, and the atrophy decrease in cell size. So the symptoms may appear as tumors, galls, nodes, witches, broom, stunning. Symptoms may appear as tumor, galls, nodes, witches, broom, stunning, excessive root branching, defoliation, and suppression of bud growth. Now, polysaccharides, fungi, bacteria, and nematodes release varying amount of mucilaginous substances that coat their bodies and provide interface between the outer surface of the micro organism and its environment. Polysaccharides like fungi Bacteria and nematodes release varying amount of mucilaginous. So the polysaccharides like fungi, bacteria, nematode, which release varying amount of mucilaginous substances that coat their bodies and provide interface between the outer surface of the host. So the role of slimy polysaccharide, it is of utmost importance in wilt disease. Then the defense mechanism in plants. Basically, in plants that defend themselves against pathogen by two types. So there is the structural or morphological characteristics that act as physical barriers. So there is the pre-existing structural defense structure, waxes, cuticle and epidermal cells, sclerenchyma cells, structure of natural openings, stomata and lenticles, and the pre-existing structural deformation like stomata and lenticles, post-infection structure, disease, defense mechanism, induce structural barriers, that is histological defense structure, cork layer. Then the post-infection structural defense mechanism included structural barriers like histological defense structure, hoop care, abscission layer, tylosis, cellular defense structure, and the hyphal. So there is the biological defense, biochemical defense mechanism, either toxic or create continuous that inhibit the growth of the pathogen. So here, pre-existing chemical defenses, inhibitor released by the plant in its environment, then the post-infectional or induced defense mechanism, then the phytolexins, that is phyton plant. So here, pre-existing chemical defenses and post-infectional or induced defense mechanism. Pre-existing chemical defenses by inhibitor released by the plant in its environment, inhibitors present in plant cells before infection, post-infectional or induced defense mechanism, post-infectional or induced defense mechanism like phytolexin plant to ward off, characteristics of phytolexins like hypersensitivity response and cellular response during And then third one is the plant bodies. Now, structural or morphological characteristics that act as physical barriers. Structural or morphological characteristics that act as a physical barriers. So first is pre-existing structural defense structure, amount and quality of wax and cuticle covering epidermal cells, presence of thick wall cells in the tissues of the plant that hinder the advance of the pathogen, like size, location and shapes of natural openings, stomata and lenticles, and waxes. First is the waxes on leaf and fruit surface from a hydrophobic or water repellent surface, preventing the germination of fungi and multiplication of bacteria. B is cuticle and epidermal cells increase resistance to infection in disease in which the pathogen enters its host only through different penetration. It is the only way for the pathogen. Sclerenchyma cells. Sclerenchyma cells in the stems and leaf veins effectively blocks the spread of some fungal and bacterial pathogens that cause angular leaf spots. Structure of natural openings like stomata, functional resistance, plants in which stomata open late in the day are resistant. Plants in which the stomata open late in the day are resistant to some fungi. The germ tubes of some fungal spore germinate in the air dry, so they desiccate as the dew evaporates before stomata begin to open. For example, wheat varieties, cultivar, hope, etc. Second thing is the lenticles. So lenticles are small and superized lenticles will offer resistance suberin like inert impermeable waxy substance present in the cell wall of Purkinje tissues. Then the post-infectional structural defense mechanism or the induced structural barriers. So this is This is all about phenomenon of infection and how the pathogen which will be cause the infection or how they will establish between two hosts. Thank you.